Good day, everyone. Thank you for having us. We are Group 2, and we are here to present our final project delivery for Happily Ever After Wedding and Events. This presentation is brought to you by no other than my team and I, Camille George,
Hi, my name is Camille George and I will be presenting on slides 1, 2, 3, 15 and 18.
Javed Khan,
Good day. My name is Javed Khan and I'll be presenting on slides 9, 10, 13 and 14.
Colonel Romain,
Good evening. My name is Colonel Romain and I'll be presenting on slides 6, 7, 8 and 12.
and myself. Pleasant good day. My name is Justin, and I will be presenting on slides 4, 5, 11, 16, 17, and 19. With all that being said, let us begin.
Good day, my name is Camille George and today I will be presenting our wedding planning project for Jane Bancroft and Liam Vance. This couple has selected our company Happily Ever After Wedding and Events to help bring their love story to life. This project spans approximately 103 days and is based in Trinidad. Our goal was to plan and execute a seamlessly and culturally meaningful wedding experience. The total estimated budget for this project is just over $161,000. Overall, this project reflects a structured and well-coordinated approach to delivering a high-quality wedding from start to finish. Our purpose at Happily Ever After Wedding and Events is to plan, coordinate, and execute a seamless, culturally authentic wedding for Jane and Liam. We adopted a phased project management approach, moving from initiation through planning, execution, monitoring, and control, and finally to closure, ensuring that no detail is overlooked. Our key deliverables include an approved project brief, budget and payment schedule, a vendor plan with confirmed bookings, a finalized design and decor concept, a comprehensive logistic plan, a master schedule, successful event execution, and a post-event closure report. This project spans approximately 103 days or just about 3.4 months. To support this, we established a clear communication structure to ensure alignment between the team, the clients, and the vendors. This included weekly internal meetings and bi-weekly client reviews. This structure and client-centered approach ensures that Jane and Liam's vision is successfully brought to life. We will now look at the vision, mission, and objectives. At Happily Ever After Weddings and Events, we are guided by our mission to transform our clients' vision into beautifully curated weddings through expert planning, innovative designs, and flawless execution. Our vision is to celebrate each couple's unique love story by creating authentic, joyful, and seamless wedding experiences. This supported by 6 core objectives that guide every decision we make. First, customer satisfaction. We aim to deliver weddings that exceed expectation. This wedding will be no different. Second, budget optimization. We ensure maximum value within the agreed financial limits. So we stay within the limits that the customer set. Third, stress reduction. We take the pressure off of our clients by managing all coordination professionally. Fourth, flexibility. We adapt to different wedding sizes, styles, and client needs. Fifth, attention to detail, ensuring that every element aligns with the client's vision. And finally, we're going to look at cultural authenticity, where we respect and incorporate meaningful traditions and heritage. These principles are not just statements, they are embedded in how we plan, coordinate, and deliver every wedding.
Wedding planning requires coordination across multiple specialized domains, which is why we use a functional organizational structure. This model allows specialized teams to focus on their areas of expertise: vendors, finance and budget, design and decor, and logistics and operations, while our wedding planning project manager coordinates everything. The benefits are clear. Accountability is crystal clear. Quality control comes from focused expertise. Decisions are made faster within departments, and coordination risk is reduced. This structure scales beautifully across different wedding sizes and styles, and it aligns perfectly with our client centered culture and budget discipline to support seamless vendor coordination and flawless event day execution. Slide 5: Organizational chart. Here's how our team is structured. At the top, we have our owner and managing director, Romain, who provides strategic oversight and business direction. Reporting to her is our wedding project manager and lead planner, Camille, for short CAMS, who serves as the central coordinator for this wedding. Under CAMS, we have four department managers, each leading specialized teams. Camille, our vendor manager, oversees vendor coordinations, photographers, caterers, and entertainment. Javed, our finance and budget manager, leads the budget, assistant, and payment tracking. Romain also serves as our event and design deco manager, leading the deco team, florist, and lighting specialist. And Justin, which is me, our logistics and operations manager, coordinates the venue and setup team, plus transport and scheduling. This clear hierarchy ensures accountability and smooth communication throughout the project.
Let me highlight the 5 key roles driving this project. CAMS, our wedding project manager, captures Jane and Liam's vision, creates a comprehensive timeline, coordinates all vendors and teams, ensures on-time delivery, and leads event day operations and problem solving. Camille, our vendor manager, sources and assesses vendors for reliability and expertise, negotiates contracts and pricing, builds schedules with photographers, DJs, and caterers, and monitors service readiness and quality. Javed, our finance and budget manager, builds and tracks the budget, covering all expenses, controls costs, and manages approvals, handles payment schedules including sponsor money and down payments, and reports variances to safeguard profitability. Romain, our design and decor manager, develops the theme, color palette, and decor plan, oversees florals, lighting, and tablescapes, ensures cultural elements are incorporated, and obtains client sign-off. And finally, Justin, our logistics and operations manager, manages event sequencing and schedule adherence, coordinates guest flow and transport, oversees the setup and breakdown, and activates contingency plans when needed. Our organizational culture is built on 3 interconnected elements, what we call the organizational triangle. At the top, structure defines our roles, responsibilities, and accountability with clear departments and client-centered decision authority. On the left, process encompasses our planning methods, budget discipline integrated into planning, strong vendor coordination, and event sequencing with detailed timelines. On the right, people reflects our mindsets, behaviors, and values, including our customer-first mindset, cultural sensitivity, flexibility, creativity, and team collaboration. When all 3 elements are balanced, projects become organized, efficient, and client-focused. Each element reinforces the others to create a cohesive culture that delivers exceptional results. Let me show you how our values translate into daily operations. Our client-centered culture means decisions prioritize the couple's vision, with approvals built into key milestones. Professional accountability ensures clear owners uphold deadlines and quality standards, no finger pointing, just ownership. Budget discipline comes through rigorous cost tracking, approvals, and variance control to ensure financial responsibility. Cultural sensitivity means traditions and heritage are reflected respectfully in design and program elements. This is especially important for Jane and Liam's wedding. Team collaboration ensures cross-functional coordination and unified vendor alignment. These values aren't aspirational, they guide our daily work and ensure consistent delivery of exceptional wedding experiences that honor both our standards and each couple's unique story.
Hi, I'm Javid. Now let's look at the formal project charter. This is project number HEA WED 2026-001 for clients Jane Bancroft and Liam Vance, version 1.0 dated 23rd of March 2026. The purpose is to plan, coordinate, and execute a seamless, culturally authentic wedding. Our background shows a functional organization with specialized leads delivering integrated vendor services. The scope and key deliverables include the approved brief, budget and payments, vendor plan and bookings, design and decor concept, logistics and operations plan, master schedule, executed event, and post-event report. Our methodology uses 5 phases: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closure. Governance includes weekly internal meetings, bi-weekly client reviews, vendor updates at milestones, and a final event briefing. We're working with constraints including a fixed wedding date and approved budget ceiling, with assumptions that clients will provide timely approvals and required vendors will be available within the budget. Now let's look at stakeholder analysis overview. Every successful project requires understanding who the stakeholders are and what they need. Our key stakeholders include Jane and Liam as a client couple, our sponsor and managing director, the project manager, our functional leads covering vendors, finance, design and logistics, venue management, vendors and suppliers, guests and families, and regulators and authorities. Each has different interests. The client wants quality and cultural fit. The sponsor wants brand reputation and profitability. The PM and leads want on-time and on-budget delivery. The venue and regulators want compliance, and guests want comfort and clarity. Power and interest levels vary. High power and high interest include the client, sponsor, and PM. Medium power and high interest are our functional leads. High power and medium interest is venue management, and so on. Our engagement strategies are tailored. We manage closely with client, sponsor, and PM, keep satisfied with venue and regulators, and keep informed with leads, vendors, and guests. Communication cadence includes weekly internal meetings, bi-weekly client reviews, vendor updates at milestones, and a pre-event briefing.
Slide 11. Stakeholder Matrix. This power interest matrix visualizes our stakeholder engagement strategy across 4 quadrants. In the Manage Closely quadrant, high power, high interest, we have the client couple, sponsor, managing director, and project manager. These stakeholders require frequent engagement, active participation in decisions, and milestone approvals. In the Keep Satisfied quadrant, which is higher power, low to medium interest, we have the venue management and regulators/authorities who need periodic updates and compliance documentation, but do not require detailed day-to-day involvement. In the Keep Informed quadrant, low to medium power but high interest, we have our functional leads, vendors and suppliers, and guests and families, who should receive regular updates and clear communication. The Monitor quadrant has no material stakeholders for this topic. This matrix helps us allocate communication resources effectively and efficiently, and ensures appropriate stakeholder engagement throughout the project lifecycle. So we are not over communicating with some while under communicating with others.
The work breakdown structure decomposes our wedding project into 9 major phases with detailed work packages. Phase 1.2 pre-planning includes initial consultation, budget planning, theme and concept development, and guest list estimation. Phase 2.0 venue and logistics covers sourcing and selection, site visits, booking and contracts, seating arrangements, and transportation. Phase 3.2, vendors management, includes catering services, photography and videography, entertainment, florist and decor, and hair and makeup. Phase 4.2, design and styling, encompasses theme design, color palette selection, decor planning, floral arrangements, and lighting setup. Phase 5.2, which is attire and beauty, covers bride's dress, groom's attire, bridal party outfits, and hair and makeup trials. Phase 6.2, ceremony planning, includes efficient booking, ceremony script, rehearsal coordination, and music selection. Phase 7.0, which is reception planning, covers menu finalization, cake design, program timeline, and seating charts. Phase 8.2, which is final coordination, includes confirming all vendors, creating the final timeline, emergency kit preparation, and wedding day coordination. And finally, phase 9.2, which is our post-wedding activities, handles vendor payment closures, client feedback, photo and video delivery follow-up, and thank you notes. This structured decomposition ensures nothing is overlooked and provides a clear roadmap for managing scope, assigning resources, and tracking progress.
Our project schedule uses the activity on node methodology with finish to start dependencies. We've mapped 12 activities grouped by WBS phases. Activity A, initial consultation and requirements gathering, takes 7 days and is a project start. Activity B, budget and concept development, takes 10 days and follows A. Activity C, client approval of concept and budget, takes 7 days and follows B. Then we have 2 parallel activities. Activity D, venue sourcing, site visits, and booking, takes 21 days. And Activity E, vendor sourcing and selection, also takes 21 days. Both follow C. Activity F, design and styling development, takes 14 days and requires both D and E to be completed. Activity G, attire and beauty preparation, takes 14 days after F. Activity H, ceremony planning, takes 10 days after G. Activity I, reception planning, takes 10 days after H. Running in parallel with G, H, and I sequence is Activity G, invitations and guest management, which takes 30 days after F. Activity K, final coordination and wedding day execution, takes 3 days and requires both I and J to be completed. Finally, Activity L, post-wedding closeout, takes 7 days after K. This network allows us to run certain activities in parallel, specifically D and E after C, and J alongside G, H, and I, making efficient use of our 103-day timeline. The critical path is the longest path through our project network, and it determines our minimum project duration. The critical path runs A to B to C, then through D or E, whichever is longer, to F to G, to H to I, to K to L. This gives us a total duration of 103 days, approximately 3.4 months. The critical drivers are the longest chain through design, attire, ceremony, reception, and final coordination phases. The non-critical part is Activity G, which is invitations and guest management, which runs 30 days in parallel after F. J has a float time, meaning it can be delayed somewhat without impacting the wedding date. The key implications for project management are clear. We must protect approvals on B to C to avoid delays. We need to lock venue and vendors early during D and E. We must hold a design freeze before G to prevent rework, and we need to keep H and I milestones on track because they're sequential and critical. Any delay on the critical part directly impacts the wedding date, while activities with float provide some scheduling flexibility, but not much.
Risk management is critical in wedding planning, so we developed a 4x4 likelihood impact matrix to assess and prioritize risks. Our highest risk, as seen in red on the table, is bad weather for outdoor activities. This is rated high in both likelihood and impact. We mitigate this by arranging tenting on indoor backup venue and by monitoring weather conditions in the days leading up to the event. Medium level risk, as shown in yellow, includes vendor cancellation and budget overruns. Vendor risks are managed through backup vendor lists and contract clauses, while budget risks are controlled through expense tracking and a 10 to 15% contingency. We also identify risks such as late delivery, transportation delays, and guest attendance variation. These are managed through timeline follow-ups, backup arrangements, and RSVP trackings. Risks also include technical failures, illness, venue issues, and documentation delays. These are addressed through testing, flexible planning, early confirmation, and securing approvals in advance. Overall, this proactive approach allows us to minimize disruption and protect the project timeline, budget, and quality. That information is clearly defined, is clearly shown on the slide in front of you.
Slide 16, RACI Matrix. The RACI Matrix clarifies who does what across our 7 team members for all 12 activities. RACI stands for responsible, who does the work, accountable, who has final authority and approval, consulted, who provides input, and informed, who keeps getting updated. Let me highlight a few key patterns. In the planning and approval phase, activities A through C, the project manager is accountable. The finance lead is responsible for budget development and the client provides final approval. In the sourcing and design phase, activities D through G, the venue and the venue coordinator is responsible for procurement and the design lead handles styling work. In the delivery planning phase, activities H through K, the event operations lead is responsible for ceremony, reception, and final coordination, while the guest relations lead handles all invitations. Finally, in the closeout phase, activity L, the operations lead completes post-wedding activities. This matrix ensures clear accountability, prevents confusion about who does what, supports efficient communication by identifying who needs to be consulted versus just informed, and provides a clear reference for escalating issues to the accountable party when problems arise. This is a RACI matrix. Slide 17, budget summary. We have placed together here a summarized chart wheel portraying percentages and assigned to those percentages the value in TTD. Let me walk you through the budget. The total project budget is $161,610, which includes a 20% profit margin. This breaks down across 8 milestones. Pre-planning is $5,450, representing 3% of the budget for initial consultation and concept development. Venue and logistics is $27,480, or we could say 17% for venue sourcing, booking, and transportation. Our largest cost driver is vendor management at $39,940. That's 25% of the budget, covering catering, photography, entertainment, flourish, hair, and makeup services. Design and styling is $18,540, which is approximately 11% for team development, decor, florals, and lighting. Attire and beauty is $13,620, representing 8% for bride, groom, bridal party outfits, and trials. Ceremony planning is $9,820, or we can say 6% for the efficient rehearsal and ceremony elements. Our second largest cost driver is reception planning at the cost of $35,840, which is 22% for menu, cake, and reception coordination. Finally, the final coordination is $10,920, which is 7% for day of execution and emergency preparedness. Each milestone includes labor, materials, equipment, transport, procured services, indirect project office costs, and risk contingency. Our three largest cost drivers are again vendor management at 25%, reception planning coming in at 22%, and venue logistics at 17%. Together, we account for 64% of the total budget. 20% profit margin is embedded to ensure business sustainability while delivering exceptional value to our clients.
Moving on to our next slide, which is the quality plan matrix. This focuses on delivering unforgettable moments flawlessly. The table is divided into 5 key areas: deliverables, which represent what we provide; stakeholder expectation, which reflects what the client wants; objectives, which defines success; quality assurance, which focuses on preventing issues; and quality control, which focuses on monitoring and maintaining standards. I will highlight 2 key examples for you. The first is wedding concept and design. The client expects a unique, elegant, and culturally relevant design aligned with their vision. Our objective is to achieve 100% client approval before execution. From a quality assurance perspective, we use mood boards, design consultation, and mock setups. Mood boards visually communicate the look and feel of the wedding. It includes the color, decor, the overall theme. Design consultation allows for feedback and adjustment, ensuring the final concept meets the client's expectation. Quality control is then achieved through a final decor inspection to ensure everything aligns with the approved design before the event. Now we would look at deliverable number 6, guest experience. The expectation is that guests have a comfortable, enjoyable, and memorable experience. Our objective is to achieve a high engagement with minimal or no major complaints. Now, it would be nice to have 0 complaints, but let's be real. So our company, we're going to focus on having no major complaints. Quality assurance for us includes guest flow planning, seating arrangements, and hospitality planning. When we look at guest flow planning, this ensures a smooth movement between areas, such as from the ceremony area to the cocktail and the reception. Alright, and we're going to support this by having clear walkway, proper signage, ushers, proper spacing plans. So where we put the tables, this would be important to avoid congestion. Seating arrangements, we would also look at family, friends, VIP guests, and where we place them will be very important. Hospitality planning will focus on how guests are treated, including welcome drinks, assistance for elderly guests, and clear direction to create a warm and welcoming environment. During the event, quality control is maintained by monitoring guest satisfaction, and this will be done through observation and interaction. Any issues such as seating confusion or long wait times, these will be addressed immediately to maintain a smooth flow. Overall, this approach ensures a well-coordinated and enjoyable experience for all attendees while maintaining high standards throughout the event. Thank you.
And last but not least, on behalf of our entire group, I want to thank you for your time today. What we've demonstrated is that creating a truly magical wedding isn't just about beautiful aesthetics. It requires rigorous project management, a structured functional organization, detailed risk mitigation, and uncompromising quality control. We are incredibly proud of the framework we've built for Happily Ever After wedding and events. We believe this robust methodology ensures not only that Jane and Liam's special day will be perfectly executed, but also that our business will scale sustainably and profitably. Thank you again, and we would now like to open the floor to any questions you might have.